Yeah. A milkshake brings other boys to the yard, and damn right, it's better than yours. Damn right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Ruffle Rowlet, coming through with a brand new video, guys. Today, we got ourselves another rumor, guys. But before we get into the rumor, real quick thing, guys, hit a like, hit just the like button down below. Let us get to 500 likes, guys. It's been really hard to hit that number recently, but if you guys could drop a like down below, it'd be really freaking appreciated. And also, ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comment section down below. It's a little bit of a question of the day. What is your favorite Pokemon generation? Just let me know. Do hashtag Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7, Gen 8, Gen 9, whatever. Whichever one is your favorite, let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, let's get into the actual content here, guys. So we got a brand new rumor that I was probably going to cover most likely tomorrow, but I decided to do it today because several people have sent it my way. They really want my opinion on it, my take on it, so I thought I'd go through it and actually discuss it. Thank you to Successor Luke, who sent this my way first, so thank you to, actually no, who sent this to me second, but also thank you to Heavy Metal Fairi, who also sent this to me first earlier this morning. He sent this to me and he really wanted me to cover it, so thank you to both those lads for sending this my way. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. And now let's get into the actual rumor, ladies and gentlemen. So here it is, and ladies and gentlemen, you may notice instantly here, this rumor has an aspect to it that's gonna make a lot of people very intrigued, and it's gonna talk about when we should expect the next trailer for the Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield games, which is getting really interesting, I mean, at this point of when it's going to come. And I actually got a video planned about when we should expect an actual reveal. And also, something else I should add in here, guys, is that I was talking to an individual that has an actual proper source, like a straight-up proper source, and the likeliness of a trailer this like month, another trailer this month, so to say, or just a general trailer this month, it seems very unlikely, okay? It seems very, kind of iffy if it's going to happen or not, but there's a highly larger chance, though, or there's a pretty much guaranteed chance, according to the source, there's going to be something big next month, for sure, in April. But, again, let's read the actual rumor here, guys. So here's what he starts off with, saying, can't state his position, as I don't want him to be found, but take this information I've received from a trusty source to heart. See you guys soon. And here's what, this was posted on 4chan, of course. So here's what basically he says here, is that trailer coming next week on March the 13th, which is a little bit strange, right? That's about a week away from now. That will give it basically 2 weeks of, interspersal time from when we saw the, the actual official reveal versus when the next, trailer would be coming, which is a little bit too little time. But if these games are as big as Game Freak has been touting them as, they've been saying that these games are going to be the biggest Pokemon games they've ever made. If they really are the biggest Pokemon games they've ever made, then they definitely would need more time to promote it. So giving it like another trailer in like a 2-week span of time, I mean, sure, I've actually got to be honest, it seems like pretty reasonable. So the best way to like kind of, keep this in check is to remind yourself of this, just remind yourself that this is a rumor that's possible, that could be happening. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, keep that in mind, because if it doesn't happen next week, then don't trust this Twitter, this 4chan account anymore. Or if it does end up being real, then we know this guy has legitimacy to him, but who knows? So, here's what he says here, is that showing off 3 new Pokemon, a Shoebill, a Spider, and a Kitten. That's all I know for that. I was also given a little bit of information around the games themselves and was told there are, and he mentions here, there are 2 professors. One studies the offensive capabilities of Pokemon, and the other professor studies the defensive capabilities of Pokemon. Now, before we continue here, I want to quickly interject something. I know some people don't enjoy these sort of things, but I want to add something in quick here. If you want to read the rest of the rumor, you can read it on your own, but I want to add something here that actually kind of like makes sense with this. Now, if you guys remember from the actual game trailers, right? You may remember there was something specific that popped up on the map. So if you look at the starting area, which I'm probably can get a image here on screen of the actual map. So we just gotta search up Sword and Shield Pokemon, and if we look here on the map real quick, right? Open up the map and we scroll down, you will notice something interesting around the hometown, right? Down here in the hometown, you'll notice something that I think a lot of people kind of forget about, but right down here, guys, you have 2 different houses that look like they both have like observatories and whatnot in them, and it's one down here in this area, another one down here. Now you'll notice that this one is all clean and like well made up, but this one's dirty and disgusting and kind of like, messed up and whatnot. And this would make sense if there are 2 different professors. One is a very, innovative, brand new, kind of keeping shit in check type of professor, while the second professor is more of a, I don't know, dirty, kind of like, I mean, not dirty, but maybe, doesn't care about his outside, house and how it looks and all that, as well as being a little bit more, about tradition and keeping things the same they were in the past. So having 2 professors where one kind of works on the offensive of Pokemon, capabilities, and the other one working on the defensive of Pokemon abilities, that actually would make a lot of sense. And also, sorry about that sound. I do apologize. It was not, some people just joining into Discord right now. But either way, so, again, we looked at that. Now let's jump over to the actual topic here once again. So, 2 professors, highly likely. The 3 Pokemon, a Shoebill, which I'm not sure what that exactly refers to. I'm not actually sure what that actual, thing is. So I'm going to quickly search up a Shoebill. For anybody who doesn't know what that is. So it's basically like a Okay, so it's basically like this animal right here. This is what a Shoebill is. So it looks a little bit strange. I guess, I mean, I'd see this being a Pokemon. I could see this being a Pokemon straight up. I can see how this would be made into a Pokemon straight up, literally. A spider and a kitten, which I don't think I need to show you a spider and a kitten. I think you know what those are. Which do sound a lot like really cool, but who knows? Now, the two professor thing again, I think the two professor thing makes a lot of sense. Next spot here, regional variants return, Galarian forms, which I think is kind of been confirmed by some other people like Stealth 40k and whatnot, for the anniversary of Johto Pokemon. Okay, wow, that would be interesting for Johto Pokemon. That would be pretty cool. Though we haven't heard anything about Johto, but seeing Galarian forms for Johto Pokemon would be sick. Shuckle becomes offensive, gets a bunch of multi-hit moves. Okay, Hoot Hoot evolves into, in this region to become a more offensive Snow Owl and shoots Icicle Spears. Okay, here's a problem with this rumor, okay? Here's the problem. We actually saw Hoot Hoot in the trailer. I even talked about how I want Hoot Hoot to be an actual, you know, straight up get some sort of brand new form. Here's the problem, though. We actually saw Hoot Hoot in the trailer, and we saw a normal Hoot Hoot, right? So unless you can catch a normal Hoot Hoot and a Galarian form Hoot Hoot in this game, then I don't know what to feel, dog. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know, dude. I'm just saying. You know, maybe you can catch both. I don't know. But, it's just a little bit strange. That's all I'm trying to say, okay? It's a little bit strange. So, it's basically got offensive Snow Owl that shoots Icicle Spears. Snubbull becomes more defensive, but more heroic and blue. I'm unsure there is more. Okay, fair enough. Games take place 6 years after X and Y with several new story differences once you traverse back to Kalos. Okay, yeah, now this is where I lose faith in this, guys. I've already said this before, but Kalos post-game, just personally to me feels unlikely because we are talking about Game Freak here, and they'd rather give you a full-on remake of Kalos rather than spend the development time making two regions for you. The only reason, okay, so people always use Johto as an example, saying that, oh, they've done it in Johto, so they can do it again. The only reason they did it for Johto, guys, was because they thought that Johto was going to be their final game. They thought that, you know, Gold and Silver were going to be the last Pokemon games they ever made, but due to the success of those games, the success of Gen 1, they decided to make Generation 3, which also ended up being successful, so they kept going, right? As long as the games got over 10 million sales, they were happy, because that's really what you got, you know, what you got to hit, and you're pretty much happy with that, right? So, and also the franchise became big, the toys, the TCG, the anime, etc., all that stuff combined made a lot of money for the company, so they kept going. Hence why you know the reason you see two regions in Johto is because they thought it was going to be their final game, and they thought people may not want to buy Gold and Silver because there isn't no Kanto in it. So they decided that, okay, let's put, you know, Kanto in there as well, so people are more likely to buy it. And if it's our final game, we might as well put it in there, you know, and just do a final, you know, kind of like huzzah, you know, I mean, final hurrah, so to say. But it ended up not being their final game. And the only reason you know, and that's why you don't see double regions anymore much. You maybe see a few references to it here and there, but you don't really see double regions. And I think Heart Gold, Soul Silver were the best games because we did have two regions there, but that was just because, you know, they were trying to remake exactly what Gold and Silver were like, you know, for those games, so to say. But either way, it takes place several years, new story differences once you traverse back to Kalos post-game. Ala Ramos has retired. Ala Ramos has retired. Trevor is now Grass Gym leader, has a Trevenant, and Bonnie, older, is now Electric Gym leader, while Clement is a part of the Elite Four, replacing Wickstrom, whom is the Steel Stadium leader in Galar, which would be sick, which I guess, you know, explains why Wickstrom's up there right now. So I guess that's one way to look at it. And here's one of the final things he mentioned here. So you can do the first three stadiums in Galar in any order: Fire, Water, and Grass. Okay, I mean, I haven't seen a fire stadium, so that's one problem instantly there. I haven't seen a fire stadium. I mean, we've seen a grass water for sure, but I haven't seen a fire one. I can't remember. There probably is. Listen, there probably is, but I can't remember. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I just can't remember, ladies and gentlemen. Don't start freaking out in the comments. I just can't remember. Okay. AZ is linked to the Sword and Shield box legends. He's used fragments of their body to help him build the ultimate weapon. That would be pretty cool. And aiming for a November 22nd, 2019 release, which would end up being exactly, if we look down on November. Would that be on a 22nd? That would be a Friday, yes. And that's usually when Pokemon tends to release their games. There have been moments, I think, in the past where they've released on days that aren't Fridays. But usually they tend to release around, you know, the Friday kind of time frame. So the date here seems reasonable. The AZ thing seems reasonable. The stadium thing is a little bit confusing because, you know, why those three in particular? That would be in any order, but who knows? Then also, I think the next week trailer thing could be likely because the games are pretty big, highly possible. The three Pokemon, they sound reasonable: a Shoebill, a Spider, and a Kitten. Fair enough. The two Professors thing sounds very reasonable as well. As for the bottom part here with X and Y, I just don't think a Kalos post-game is happening. I pray to God there is, okay? I really hope there is, because I love having 2 regions in a single game. But I feel it's unlikely, though. Now, the next thing here, regional variants return. Of course, that seems reasonable. As for them being specifically Johto Pokemon, a little bit unsure. There's really, like, a few Johto Pokemon in general. Like, when you think of Johto, actually, no, there are a lot of Johto Pokemon. It's just, like I guess, they feel like there's less of them when now, in my head, like, than there actually are, even though there are a lot of them when you think about it. But yeah, sure, Johto Pokemon getting, Galarian forms would make sense, because Kanto got it, now Johto's getting some love, and then next year we get Let's Go Johto, right? Or the year after that, after next year, we maybe get Let's Go Johto, so it perfectly, like, lines up, It perfectly lines up in a nice manner. Which would make a lot of sense. So, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, I am a little bit torn about this whole subject. Snubbull becoming more defensive and more heroic in blue, sure, I don't see an issue with that whatsoever. I actually think that seems pretty reasonable. But yeah, it's, in general, seems like a good theory. I mean, it's not a theory, but rather a rumor. But it's a straight up good rumor, though. I like this one. This one's good. Because I want another trailer, man. I want another trailer showing us a few new Pokemon, new forms, etc. Maybe some new features, that sort of stuff. Like some new, like, how are the mechanics, how they work, that sort of stuff. And I have actually a person I've been talking to who's got some really juicy information, which I won't be sharing, unfortunately, because you probably just gotta hate me right now in the comments. Like, Ruffles, share it with us. I can't because I'm keeping it, in between me and that person, and I'll check with them if they're okay with it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy, then drop a like down below. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gents. Bye-bye. I'll catch you all in the next video. But also, just a quick thing I want to add in real quick here. Please drop a like down below, guys. I really appreciate it. And also, oh boy, our shirt designs are still on sale, by the way. Still on sale. Anyway, have a great day. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.